Hey everyone, welcome back. We get asked all the time about doing cleaning or repairs to old cartridge games, that there's this one or two old games that you just can't get to work, won't play. Gives you the gray screen on the NES or just a solid black or maybe even a blue one on the SNES. Sega game that doesn't do anything, stuff like that. Well, first off, let's just start with a little education. Blowing on it, using rubbing on call, benzol, any of that stuff doesn't work. They're water based, they will seep into the board, and what will eventually happen, got a nice example here, is your board will become very brittle and it will break right in half. See where the board suddenly stops? Yeah, it's because it broke right in half, it's gone. There's something to be done at this point for this not so bad game. So we're doing a repair on a NES game recently, namely a battery repair. But we notice that the teeth on this are starting to turn brown and black. It's called oxidation. It's pretty common. Happens when someone's blown on it, used too much water or other things to clean it. And that's the real problem with rubbing alcohol. It's water based. It's going to get into the board, it's going to tarnish the metal, and eventually, no matter how much you blow or use rubbing alcohol, it's just not going to read anymore. So once again, this is a home video to show you how to do some of this. So there's actually a very cost-effective, clean way to clean your games. And yes, I know you're going, oh, this is something that girls use. Believe me, you're going to be happy they make something like this. For under $5, you can buy this lovely little stick. It's about 6 inches long. And if you don't want to be grilly, it's, in terms of man talk, it's sandpaper. Yeah, it's actually sandpaper. Women use it to polish the top of the nail. But in terms of man talk, it's 400 by 600 fine grade sandpaper. But instead of going and buying a sheet of this for like $30, you can pick this up at any beauty supply store for about $3 to $5. It's big and wide like this. You can clean a lot of games, though. You can see where we've been cleaning with it. And it's washable. So it's renewable. You can wash this. You can probably clean an entire library of games of just one of these for $3. And just to emphasize my point, since we showed you how bad this is already, I'm just going to give this sucker a nice quick buff. You only have to press hard, just lightly. Press down on the top of the game. And it'll buff right off everything and anything that is on that metal. Case in point, how dirty it is now. So I'm going to flip over, use the other side, go over it again. And you can do this while it's still in the case, so you don't have to take it out of the case. Now look at that. Nice and gold, pristine. Now, if you want to do a follow-up touch, you're welcome to take a cotton swab or Q-tip and just brush downward across the teeth. And I'll knock any dust or dirt that you might have grinded and get it off your teeth and keep it out of your system. But what you'll notice when you clean like this is that you're getting very little off. The fine sandpaper there does a very good job. See what I mean? It's still pretty much completely white. There's some black here and there, but there's pretty much nothing to get off of this anymore. Now let's say, oh, I don't want to use sandpaper on my games. Technically it's well refined. This isn't like a grinding pad. There is something else you can do. Now this is a big commercial size unit. You can buy smaller ones probably if you look hard enough. But this is a non-conductive lubricant. It's a gel. It's not water. It's not alcohol. It's not benzol. All it is a lubricant. You can put a little bit of this onto your Q-tip. Work it in a little. And you now have a liquid cleaner for your metal. And it will get it just as clean as using rubbing alcohol or anything else on your stuff. And it'll also leave a nice polished golden surface. Now I'm doing the side I just used the sandpaper on. Now you can see the black. So flip this sucker over, use the dry side to wipe whatever excess lubricant might have gotten on there. And now we have a very beautifully restored, nice clean teeth. So there you have it. Use a non-conductive lubricant, namely the gel version. You don't want a liquid, watery base one designed to seep into things. The gel one for surface lubricating is all you want. Q-tips, fingernail buffer. If you get the small version of the non-conductive lubricant, you're probably spending less than $10, and you can probably do your entire library of games this way for under $10. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. Post them on our Facebook, YouTube, wherever. We'll gladly answer them. And as always, if you want to request something, feel free to. See you guys later.